Broadcasting live from a cabin that smells like leather, smoke, and regret. It's the Drinking Man's Diet, starring the only man to win an arm wrestling contest against a bear, Jeff Brannigan.
Welcome back to the Drinking Man's Diet, you kings of the cookout, titans of testosterone, and men who shave with a buck knife and a mirror made of steel. I'm your host, Chip Brannigan, the man who once ate a whole elk just to prove a point. I've forgotten what that point was, but the meat was tender, and my point was made. Tonight's episode is titled Salads Up for Sidekicks, How to Eat Like a Superhero. Now look here, fellas, I'm not saying vegetables are bad. I'm just saying they're better when deep-fried, wrapped in bacon, and served by a waitress named Dottie. That's not a diet, that's dignity. Real nutrition comes from real food. And by real, I mean food that could have once trampled you in the wilderness. Your plate should moo, oink, or fight back. Take last night, for example. Dinner was a 32-ounce porterhouse, grilled over a fire fueled entirely by old gym socks and oak whiskey barrels. For roughage, I ate the garnish. That sprig of parsley never stood a chance. Tonight's show is brought to you by Man Clogs, the only all-leather footwear made from repurposed motorcycle seats and disappointment. Man Clogs. You don't wear them, you survive them. Also sponsored by Chuck's Chain Oil Cologne. Smells like metal, fire, and a vague sense of danger. Chuck's, for when you want your neck to smell like your garage. It's that time again for the old drinking man's mailbag. These letters come from real listeners and were possibly written during the effects of smoke inhalation and red meat withdrawal. Here's one from Rick in Bozeman. Dear Chip, my wife wants me to do Pilates. Thoughts? Why, yes, Rick, I do have some thoughts. I have a question for you. Are you made of rubber bands? Well, of course you're not. So, Rick, stay out of that reformer machine. If you want to stretch, do it the natural way, by pulling a transmission out of an old tractor with your bare hands. That's full body engagement, core work, and marriage counseling all in one. This week's exercise is what I call the whiskey clean and press. And no, I'm not talking about dry cleaning your bourbon suit. This is an exercise of strength, balance, and bad judgment. Step 1, grab a full whiskey barrel. Step 2, lift it over your head. And Step 3, drink from it. Repeat until the barrel is empty or you see double, which means you're lifting twice as much. And that's science. Bonus, if you pass out, that's just horizontal core work. Well, that's our time, gentlemen. Remember, when life gives you lemons, grill them with a steak. Salad is a garnish, cardio is a conspiracy, and bourbon is practically a multivitamin. Tune in next week when I'll be discussing sleep. Do you need it, or are you just being a wimp? Until then, I'm Chip Brannigan, saying eat meat, lift heavy, and don't trust anyone who wears sunscreen.
This episode of the Drinking Man's Diet was brought to you by Man Clogs and Chuck's Chain Oil. Coming up next, Jazz for Mechanics, followed by Cigars and Scriptures, the men's devotional power hour. Good night, and keep your steak rare, your whiskey neat, and your advice deeply unqualified.